we've done all that in Kusama Uka. Now we're going to switch gears and head on over to Urkopacha tonight. And so, that is exactly what we will do. We'll start knocking those out, and I don't know if we'll get them all done tonight. Maybe we will, but if we do, then props to me, and we'll make sure that we can get it all taken care of tonight. So, with that in mind, greetings people of the world, with I Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail live here on Twitch. So, once again I am here with my happy hour cocktail overlooking the beautiful skies of Tuliyola as we've come back to home base and prepared to switch gears. So, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. And Yugiri goes to a good home, says the chat this evening. Apparently someone's trying to unload their minions. Maybe they have too many of them. So just like before, we are going to switch over to my paladin so that my tank can get some experience, and we're going to head on off to Urkopacha, which means taking a trip to Wachinpalo. So as we arrive on the scene, there are plenty of quests for us to not only take care of here just in Wachinpalo, in the settlement here for the Palo, but also some to the south and quite a few to the west. So I think the logical thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to knock out, because I'm going to do this in reverse of how I did things in Kusama Uka. I'm going to start with the quests that are outside of the city, then focus on the ones that are inside the city. So we're going to go ahead and head up to the west. Yeah, I want to switch things up this time and bring things from further away to closer, because, yeah, for those of you who remember last night, we had some quests that were very spread out that I left before I started doing the Aether Current quests. And once we go around here, we'll then be able to head to where our two pairs of quests are in two completely different gardens. And we'll see how we get on. Heads up for the Barba Mole. Actually, there's no second A, it's just Barb Mole. Alright, we've arrived at Sea Blue's Coffee Grounds, the first of the two farms out here in Urkopacha, and we'll start helping out the Palo around here, beginning with Sabli. Let's go ahead and speak with her. Or actually, this is a guy, because they have the names that end with an I, and the girls have the names that end with a U. It's reversed among the Hanu. So let's go ahead and speak with them to take on our first side quest of the night, entitled A Sordid Situation. Sabli is perplexed by a coffee conundrum. You there, might I beg your assistance with something? I was taking a stroll through the valley the other day when I discovered coffee beans scattered in the brush with not a coffee plant in sight. Curiosity got the better of me, so I brought some back here to brew. The taste was simply exquisite. I'd like to acquire more, but therein lies the problem. Yeah, they're rare. I found the beans in Chobameki, an area south of here known to be the territory of mountain bears. They tear me to shreds, but something tells me you can manage the trip. Here, take these smoke bombs to drive back the bears, and bring back whatever coffee beans you can. Alright. Hopefully this doesn't irritate the bears too much. So let's go and find these bears. And we'll see how everything unfolds as we get the night started. Hey there, Elizabeth, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. So as we wind our way through, do I need to climb any additional tiers in order to get to where I need to go? Maybe not. Nope, looks like I just need to keep going southwest. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, people trying to get everything done that they can before the holiday weekend kicks in. Yeah, we got a cautious mountain bear over here. Well, if he's cautious, maybe he's a lot more gentle than his brethren. But we're still going to smoke him out. And that causes them to run off. We've got to dig into some mounds of dirt. You navigate your hands navigate through the sticky soil, finally grasping something solid within. A clump of coffee beans. Will we be as fortunate in the other clumps? In the other mounds of dirt? The soil is warm to the touch and surprisingly moist. Nevertheless, you plunge your hands inside and retrieve a dripping clump of coffee beans. And finally, the stench emanating from this mound of soil is a veritable assault on the nostrils. But you persevere in the name of delicious coffee and stick your hands inside to claim one last clump of coffee beans. Given the clues that we were just given, would you like to guess what this dirt actually is? Because I have done this quest before in testing with Rika, and I can tell you that what you saw, it says brown mound of dirt, well, let me tell you, that's not dirt. And based on things that I've learned online, especially from the Babish culinary universe, that is something that's not uncommon. Except the animals involved are not bears. So let's wind our way over to Sabli and turn these beans over. Wonderful, you've returned. I'm glad to see you still have all of your appendages. But tell me, were you able to find more of those wondrous coffee beans? I certainly did. Here you go. Marvelous, thank you. But they seem to be covered in... Is that soil? Well, this appears to be dung. That would explain... As omnivores, mountain bears feed upon flora and fauna alike. Unbeknownst to us, however, it seems they've developed a liking for our coffee plants and have been snacking on them in secret. But because the beans are difficult to digest, they remain whole in the bear's leggings. I suspect that while inside their stomachs, the flavors and fragrance of the plants and fruits the bears normally eat permeate the beans, diminishing their bitterness and resulting in coffee beans with a fruity, sweet flavor. A most intriguing discovery, and one I couldn't have made without your help. Thank you. I dare say we have a new premium blend of coffee on our hands. Yeah, sorry Elizabeth, you were finding out one way or another. So, we'll take our 373,000 experience points and 785 gil. Yeah, sorry, you were finding out one way or another. And now over to the other side of the coffee farm where we find a hot-blooded storekeeper. Let's go ahead and speak with him to take on our next quest entitled The Reeking Robber. The hot-blooded storekeeper and her trusty alpaca gaze at you inquisitively. I thought the girls were supposed to wear pink. Interesting. My darling Alpi didn't spit at your approach. It's because I've been around the third promise. Which can only mean she trusts you, and if she does, then so do I. As such, I would ask for a favor. Recently, a sack of premium coffee beans was stolen from our storehouse. The thieves came in the dead of night, but I was wide awake to catch them in the act. A band of hooligan mercenaries. My brave Alpi spat on their leader square in the face, and thanks to her saliva's distinctive scent, I was able to track them down. They were well armed, however, so I resolved to give up on the coffee beans. But for a strapping fellow like you, contending with those thieves shouldn't be a problem. So please, I beg you, go to Urnkanka and teach them a lesson. You got it. Yeah, the way I found out about that was from a video where Babish makes a coffee-flavored gelatin that was based on one that was also featured in a cult classic anime. And apparently it's a common flavor of Jello in Japan. So yeah, we found the Hubigo. The smell! I can't get rid of the smell! Yeah, he's just retching. Who are you? I've had it up to here today! Boys, get him! Alright then. You don't mind if I summon my Chocobo in the meantime, do you? That's even the odds, make it 2-on-2. Alright, first one is down. And so is the second. Yeah, what do you think about that, ugly? Yeah, give me an answer! Boys! Damn you, you'll regret this! I already got that. So, let's pick up our prize. And take it back to the coffee farm. Yeah, personally I'm more of a tea man by myself, but recently I have been drinking coffee more, but only iced coffee because I still find it hard to consume regular hot coffee. Alright, storekeeper. You've returned and look none the worse for wear. What relief. And here are your coffee beans. Oh, precious coffee beans! Thank you so much! I knew I could trust you! Coffee's popularity continues to soar, as does the demand for it. I'm afraid incidents like this one have grown increasingly more common. Everyone's been pouring their hearts into this to make the most delicious coffee possible and give the Mate tea farms a run for their money. And yet those thieves tried to steal the very fruit of our labors. Bad apples, the lot of them. And you know a bad apple when you see one, don't you, Alpi? They deserve to be spat on. Pooey! Oh, sorry about that, I got it all carried away. But I've taken up enough of your time. Here, a little something for your troubles, and the spittle. So we'll take 373,000 experience points, 872 gil, plus an item level 645 earring coffer. So that takes care of the 2 quests here at the coffee farm. Now on to the Mate farm. Yeah, I don't mind some green tea every now and then. My preferred choice, though, is chai. Chai has been my favorite for almost 20 years now. In fact, the first time I ever had chai tea, and I think I've mentioned this in the stream before, but the first time that I ever had chai tea was in ice cream. And I was so amazed by how good it was, like, I had to see what chai tea on its own was like, and I was hooked. So as we arrived at the Mate Garden now, 2 more quests to take, starting with Pobly. Let's go ahead and take on his quest entitled, A Blend for Every Taste. Pobly is in need of a tea tester. Hello there, I hear you are a traveler from across the salts, just the person I need to assist me. I wish to expand trade beyond the borders of Tual, and so I've been planning to export Mate tea. The problem, however, is Mate's reputation for being something of an acquired taste. My solution was to blend Mate leaves with some of our local specialties, and your form palette would be perfect to test them. One of our brewers has already prepared a batch in the relaxation area. Why not go and speak with her? Alright. Hey there, Yami. Yes, it has been a while, as in too long. Yeah, like, I miss you guys so freaking much. Hello there, Miss Breezy Brewer. Ah, you must be the one here to try our new blends. I prepared 3 for you to sample. I believe there's nothing more telling than the expression one makes when they sip their first cup of an unfamiliar tea. So go on, have a taste, but please stay where I can see you. Alright. Drink the fruity blend, the rich blend. Yeah, want to make sure I can get the text on here. The fruity blend, the rich blend, and the earthy blend. So yeah, she's already given us the 3 samples, so let's start with the fruity blend. You taste a hint of acidity, perhaps citrus. It complements the naturally mellow Mate tea well, serving to create a soothing mixture. And then, the rich blend. Notes of honey and vanilla tickle your tongue. A delightful blend, it may very well have wide appeal in Eorzea and beyond. And finally, the Earthy Blend. You detect a light bitterness behind the full-bodied earthy flavor of this blend. It's quite unique, but will surely have its admirers. I could see from your expressions how much you enjoyed each of the blends. As the one who personally brewed them, I am truly honored. If you have a favorite among the selection, please let Pobly know. Sure thing. So let's send on back to him. Oh, this is news there, Yami. You're not only getting married, but you already have a child? Yeah, how come I haven't been kept in the loop? Hey, Pobly. You're Buck. I take it you've tried each of the blends? Tell me, which one was your favorite? Yeah, for me, with the citrus involved, I would say the fruity blend. I'm thrilled you like it. I thought perhaps people would enjoy something with a more refreshing flavor, so we tried mixing in fruits from Yaktel. Your perspective has been a great help, my friend. I thank you for your assistance. Though Mate tea can be found anywhere in Tyrol, there is no guarantee that it will enjoy the same popularity in foreign lands. We must experiment and innovate if we are to capture new markets. Yes, indeed, and so we'll take our 373,000 experience points, 785 gil, and an item level 645 bracelet coffer. We run up the fancy stairs to this house, but it's not where the quest is. It's over here. And we're going to be helping out a sickly merchant who, yeah, this is not a Pelu Pelu. This is your regular run-of-the-mill guy. So, is he alright? Is he suffering from altitude sickness or something? I mean, we are up in the mountains, so that could be possible. Let's speak with him to take on our next quest entitled Mate is the Medicine. The sickly merchant is not only unwell, but visibly unhappy. Forgive me, traveler. Might I have a moment of your time? I'm a merchant from Tuliolol here on business, but I've felt sick as a dog ever since I arrived. The Pelu Pelu boy I hired as a guide to show me around these parts gave me one look before suddenly heading north, muttering something as he left. He was speaking too quickly for me to catch what was said, but I fear the mere sight of me upset him somehow. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, would you go and offer him an apology on my behalf? He ran off toward the tea field north of here, but if there's no sign of him, I'm sure someone nearby would have seen where he went. Alright. Let's see if we can find your missing charge. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised no one's told me about these things that have been happening in your life. That's pretty important and very much things I want to know about. Did I see anyone pass by this way recently? Why, yes, actually, the local guide. He was gathering fresh tea leaves here just moments ago, until rather the rambunctious alpaca did something to agitate him. I couldn't hold back a chortle as he chased after it. I fear he may have heard... At any rate, he was headed towards the hill northwest of here. Chortle, huh? Is this guy in over his head? As we run as far as we can possibly go. Yeah, it looks like we've found the guide and the alpaca. Hello. Who are you and what do you want? If you haven't noticed, I'm rather busy at present. Oh, calm down. Calm down. Upset? Me? Why would he... I was speaking too fast again. An unfortunate misunderstanding. Yeah, maybe this is Tobli's son. That merchant has a clear case of altitude sickness. It's not uncommon in those traveling to Urkopacha for the first time. The best cure for it in most things is Mate tea, which is why I was collecting tea leaves earlier. But just as I finished packing them into my bag, this wild alpaca came and snatched it. Now that I have it back, it's time to get brewing. Yeah. Bad alpaca. Bad. Alright, let's make our way back over to the farm. Alright. And imagine that you started on the new expansion in Genshin. Alright, there, merchants. There you are. You told me everything, and it seems I mistakenly sent you on a wild-out pocket chase. Forgive me. Thanks to his tea, I'm feeling much better. Multi tea is a vital source of nutrients in these highlands. I'm sure you can promote it as a nourishing portable back in the markets of Tuliolal. Why not buy some in bulk now? Making moves already, huh? You're not only a talented guy, but a convincing salesman. Very well, I'll give you all for some thought. But first, might we continue our tour? To which he agrees. Thank you again, traveler. I hope that my experience can serve as a lesson for us both to be properly prepared when journeying to high altitudes. And so we'll take our 373,000 experience points and 785 gil. So the tour continues on, and in the meantime, both farms are now cleared of quests, so we can warp back to Wachapello and pick up the two in the south. So let's make our way back to Wachapello. Oh, it's in WoW. Alright. I've seen the ads for it, but I really haven't been paying attention to them much. Mainly because I've been surprised by all the Final Fantasy XIV ads I've been seeing. Most notably online through YouTube, because YouTube, they're so desperate to make sure that you see ads that not only do they block the ads, but they also ensure that they put an ad in less than a minute after the video was started and every 2 minutes after. Which in of itself is really irritating. Let's go ahead and speak with our first of the two quests down here in the south. We'll speak with Vugil Jha, and we'll take on his quest entitled Dirty Dancing. Vugil Jha gazes at his stall with this interest. Apparently he's not having the time of his life. Ah, an unfamiliar face. Are you perchance a traveler? If so, I dare say you could not have timed your visit any better. Tell me, do you know of the hot springs managed by the Pelu Pelu? Hot springs? My master will soon be performing a traditional dance of the Mamul Jar there. I intend to join him once I've closed my stall for the day. Well, it's sunset now, so maybe you are at closing time. If you're interested in seeing it for yourself, simply head to Panak Pelu Retreat, south of here, and look for a dancer carrying himself with poise and grace. Alright. Did this individual take dance lessons over in Razad Han? Or maybe he took them from our dancing instructor with the dancers quests. Yeah, with Ranamigo. Yeah, in order to get to this place, we have to take a bit of a loop around the side. Because the way that the atmosphere and the lands are designed here, you pretty much have to do that. So here are the springs that he mentioned, right through this arch. So you can see the waterfalls over here, and I'll show them just to prove my point. So yeah, right over here is where they're located. Yeah, I don't know if they'd give the ones over in the Far East a run for their money, but it's satisfying to note that they're here. Alright, let's go ahead and speak with this dignified dancer. Hello there. You are interested in our traditional bathing dance? I am honored. It would be my pleasure to show it to you, but to truly appreciate it, you must first understand the purpose behind each movement. The dancer steps before the spring and pours its purifying waters over their body thrice, cleansing skin of grime, mind of thoughts, and joints of ache. Only when they are in perfect condition may the dance begin. Come, I will show you. Lovely! The bathing dance is under no circumstances allowed in the public springs! Wait, isn't that why you're here to do that? Those who do not comply will be escorted out and banned from further entry! So much for being dignified. The stimulation is simply too much for the other guests. I'd be happy to have someone escort you to have one of our private springs where you may perform the dance to your heart's content. What? I was not aware of such a rule. Very well. It is regrettable that I cannot demonstrate Mumble Jar tradition before an audience, but better that I dance in private than not at all. Yeah, customs and traditions, right? I'm sorry you came all this way for nothing, my friend. Would you be kind enough to let my pupil Vogil John know that I will be performing in seclusion? Yeah, I can't help but wonder if he would have had to take off his clothes as well while he did it. I mean, I know we're working for the weekend now. But of course, do we really need that reminiscence of that sketch of Saturday Night Live? And of course, I mentioned Dirty Dancing, and of course, it's the name of the quest, where of course Patrick Swayze is involved. And of course, there's that iconic Saturday Night Live sketch where he's auditioning for a role as a Chippendale alongside Chris Farley. So let's get back to Vogil Jaw to complete the quest. Hello there, I have bad news. Oh dear. Forgive me, I didn't realize the dance has been forbidden in the public springs. I travelled all this way to perform it, following in the graceful footsteps of the most experienced and most handsome of all my master's pupils. Oh, Vogil Jaw, how I miss him. He left Tyrol many years ago, saying he would make a name for himself as a mercenary across the salt. I hope he is well. But that is neither here nor there. I must thank you for relaying Master's message to me. I will join him in the private springs when I have finished up here. It's unfortunate you cannot witness the dance today, but hopefully one day, soon, you will have the opportunity to behold the glory of our sacred dance. Well, I'm sure that's the case, so we'll take our 333,000 experience points, 699 gil, and another 645 coffer, this time a ring coffer. So we'll run over to the other side of the settlement over here. Well, keep in mind that we've just gotten started with it there, Yami. So let's go ahead and speak with this troubled craftsman to take on our next quest for the evening, entitled Gone Dull. The troubled craftsman is in need of a helping hand. Excuse me, sir, do you have a moment? Please, I need your help. I'm a craftsman come to discuss a new project with a client, but I seem to have lost my lucky charm along the way. My dear doll. I'm afraid how the meeting may turn without it. The last time I saw it was that Palu retreat. Maybe it fell out when I was gathering my things? I'm afraid to meet with my client in just a moment, and it won't do to be late. I realize this is sudden, but would you find my doll for me? I'll delay the meeting for as long as I can. Yeah, who else is getting Powerpuff Girls vibes? I am a good fighter. I am a good fighter. I am a good fighter. Except that's for a security blanket, not a security doll in this case. So back on over to the retreat. So back on over here again. After just taking in some more water. Yeah, so where is this thing? Oh, there it is, and for some reason I got stuck on some rocks. Even though they were higher than the ones below. So we've got to look for this thing in one of 3 spots. So why don't we start with the shelf? Go from left to right. You locate a small pouch inside behind the shelf. Inside you find an adorable doll, a warm smile adorning its face. This appears to be the missing item. Wow, I got it that first try. Wow. I can't give myself a pat on the back. That was very fortuitous. Yeah, I was just doing that randomly. Yeah, keep in mind, it's still a new expansion there, Yami, so there's still a lot more endgame content to come. I mean, from what I've seen, it's really no different than endgame content in previous expansions. Get 2 bonus side dungeons plus the 8-player raids. Like, we've seen that for a long time. Let's speak with the craftsman again. Were you able to find it? Indeed I have. Oh, thank goodness, my precious doll! I won't let it out of my sight again! We Pelu became merchants after Galore Jar Jar bestowed a great kindness upon our people to help achieve his goal of fostering amity between clans. This doll's bright smile serves as a reminder to uphold that idea, to spread happiness through trade. I have no doubt that you, being the kind-hearted individual that you are, will enjoy great fortune and happiness in your future business endeavors. I truly cannot thank you enough for your help. Well, I'm glad we could come to your rescue, so we'll go ahead and take our 372,000 experience points on 699 gil. So with that, that clears out the side quests outside of Watch and Pello, so now let's make our way back into the town itself.